आज हम एनालिसिस ऑफ वेरिएंस के बारे में चर्चा करेंगे। ये एनालिसिस ऑफ वेरिएंस एक बहुत ही महत्वपूर्ण स्टैटिस्टिकल टूल्स है और जिसका प्रयोग रिसर्च में काफ़ी किया जाता है। तमाम तरह के विषय हैं, उन विषयों में एनालिसिस ऑफ वेरिएंस का प्रयोग किया जाता है। जनरली हम जानते हैं कि जब हमारे पास दो सैंपल मीन्स होते हैं तो दोनों सैंपल मीन की इक्वलिटी चेक करने के लिए हमारे पास टी टेस्ट है और टी टेस्ट की मदद से हम ये बता देते हैं कि दोनों सैंपल मीन बराबर है या नहीं। लेकिन यदि आपके पास दो या दो से ज़्यादा सैंपल मीन्स हैं और एक ही साथ टेस्ट करना है कि तीनों या तीन से अधिक जो सैंपल्स मीन्स हैं उनकी मीन बराबर है या नहीं, तो वहाँ पर टी टेस्ट अप्लाई नहीं किया जा सकता। तो ऐसे सिचुएशन में एक ही समय तीनों सैंपल मीन बराबर है या नहीं, इसको टेस्ट करने के लिए हमारे पास एक टेक्निक है, वह है एनालिसिस ऑफ वेरिएंस। ये एनालिसिस ऑफ वेरिएंस एफ टेस्ट पर डिपेंड होता है। तो इसके बारे में थोड़ा सा आप जान लें। द एनालिसिस ऑफ वेरिएंस is a powerful statistical tool for test of significance. The test of significance based on t distribution is an adequate procedure only for testing the significance, the difference between two sample means. Okay, and in a situation when we have three or more samples to consider at a time, then an alternative procedure is needed for testing the hypothesis that all the all the samples are drawn from the same population. Same populations means that they have the same mean. Suppose you have five different fertilizers, and these are applied to 4 plots, each of wheat, and yield of wheat on each of the plot is given. Now we may be interested in finding out where the effect of these fertilizers on the yields is significantly different or not. It means that whether the samples have come from the same population or not. The answer to this problem is provided by the technique of analysis of variance. The basic purpose of analysis of variance is to test the homogeneity of several means. So you must know that this is the very important point, that the basic purpose. What is the basic purpose of the analysis of variance? The basic purpose of the analysis of variance is to test the homogeneity of several means. And the term analysis of variance, this was first introduced by Professor R.A. Fisher. Okay, Professor R.A. Fisher introduced the term analysis of variance in 1920 to deal with the problem of the analysis of agronomical data. The variation is inherent in nature. That means the variation is possible, and the total variation in any set of numerical data is due to a number of causes. In any set of data. And these causes are classified as: first is assignable causes, and second is chance causes. That means variation in the data is due to two factors, that is assignable causes and chance causes. And the variation due to assignable causes may be detected and measured. That means assignable causes can be detected and measured, whereas the variation due to chance causes is beyond the control of human hand and cannot be traced separately. So variation in data is due to two factors, that is assignable causes and chance causes. Assignable causes may be detected and measured, while chance causes cannot be detected and measured, and it is the beyond the control of human hand. Now we discuss about its definition. Definition is provided by the Professor R. A. Fisher. According to Professor R. A. Fisher, analysis of variance, that is written as ANOVA, is the, in inverted column, separation of variance ascribable to one group of causes from the variation ascribable to each group. The ANOVA consists in, that means analysis of variance consists in estimation of the amount of variation due to each of the independent factors, that is causes, separately, and then comparing these estimates due to assignable factors, that means causes, with the estimate due to chance factors, comma, the latter being known as experimental error. That means chance variation due to chance factors is known as experimental error, or it is known as simply error. It means variation due to chance factor is known as experimental error or simply error. So this is the definition of the analysis of variance, and this is very simple and you can understand very well. Now, in the study of analysis of variance, there are some assumptions, and these assumptions are as follows. For the validity of F-test, F-test is just similar t-test. T-test is used for 2 sample means and F-test is used for 3 or more sample means. So for the validity of the F-test in ANOVA, the following assumptions are made. Means there are some assumptions which is made in this regard, and these assumptions are: number one, the observations are independent, means observations are not dependent but independent. And second assumptions is that parent population from which observations are taken is normal. Means when we take the observations from the population, it is assumed that this population obeys normal distributions rule. And third assumption is that various treatment and environmental effects are additive in nature. This is very important assumptions, that the various treatments and environmental effects are additive in nature. And these are the, so this is the definition and regarding assumptions. Now we discuss a very important theorem known as Cochran's theorem, which is important to know. And Cochran theorem here is that let capital X1, X2, Xn denote a random sample from normal population n 0 sigma square. That means mean is 0 and variance is sigma square. And let the sum of squares of these values be written in the form, and that is summation I is equal to 1 to n capital Xi square, and this is your equal to q1 plus q2 and so on plus qk, where qi is the quadratic form in x1, x2, xn with rank, that means degree of freedom Rj, where j is equal to 1 to k. Then the random variables q1, q2 up to qk are assumed to be mutually independent. And also qi upon sigma square, this is a chi-square variate with Rj degree of freedom, and if and only if summation j is equal to 1 to k, Rj is equal to n. So this is the all about of today lecture. Make again a careful study, and if you have any problem you may discuss with me. Okay, thanks.